Good evening, and on the news tonight, which is the world news from BGI TV Currents. Over 13 trillion naira spent on fuel subsidy payment in 16 years, FG. 2023 presidential election should be cancelled. Ahmed Lawan sworn in, LP. May 29, Buhari has no bank account stashed with corrupt money. Garba Shehu. Buhari must redeem his electoral legacy by sacking INEC boss Mahmoud Yakubu. Kwankwaso holds 4-hour meeting with President-elect Bola Tinubu in France. And to sports story, Madrid eye Osimhen as Benzema's replacement. Now, the news in detail. The federal government says over 13 trillion naira was spent on subsidy payments in 16 years between 2005 and 2021. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Boz Mustafa, stated these on Monday in Abuja during the launch of the 2022-2026 strategic plan of the Nigeria Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, NEITI. He said, I have carefully studied the NEITI's policy advisory on fuel subsidy forwarded to my office. I would like to commend NEITI for the in-depth research and online of options to assist government in making a decision on the subsidy removal debate. From that policy advisory, over 13 trillion naira is documented to have been expended on the payment of subsidy between 2005 and 2021. The figure is, in relative terms, is equivalent to Nigeria's entire budget for health, education, agriculture, and defense in the last 5 years, and almost the capital expenditure for 10 years between 2011 and 2020. According to the SGF, the figure could have been more in financial terms and opportunity cost to the nation if some cost-cutting measures were not put in place by the government. He said the government is following the debate around subsidy removal by the citizens, some of which include the need to fix the nation's refineries and the creation of feasible safety net programs to reduce the impact on the poor and vulnerable in the society, especially workers. I therefore have no doubt that the incoming administration will consider our position on the issue and make an informed decision in the overriding public interest. However, I must state that Buhari administration has done excellently well in managing the subsidy burden in spite of the complex challenges it has posed to the economy over these years, putting at the forefront of its consideration the welfare and needs of the average Nigerian, Mustafa stated. Going on to the next story. In the midst of a heated controversy surrounding the allocation of 25% of vote in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja, the Labour Party LP has issued a call for the cancellation of the upcoming 2023 presidential inauguration. Nigeria Information report that the Yunus Atanko, the chief spokesman of the Obi-Deti Presidential Campaign Council, made these announcements in response to a lawsuit seeking to halt the swearing-in of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of Nigeria. Tanko emphasized that the LP, along with their presidential candidate Peter Obi, hopes that the court will permit the Senate President, Ahmed Lawan, to be sworn in temporarily until a permanent president is elected. He said, what I know in order not to sound presumptuous is that there will be a swearing-in on May 29, and if we get to win our case at the Election Petition Tribunal, the swearing-in will only involve the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is by the premises of Section 146, bracket 2. Our prayers is that the election should be cancelled and declared null and void. This should be the position since the APC candidate did not get 25% in Abuja. If defined deeply, it gives the power to Section 146 of the constitutional provisions, which states that in the event that there is no president, the Senate President Ahmed Lawan will take over. If the present case goes the way we are praying, what it means is that Lawan will take over as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Going on to the next story. Garba Shehu, the presidential spokesman for the President Muhammad Buhari, has said Buhari is above scandal, saying the president does not have any bank account stacked with corrupt money. Shehu disclosed this while speaking on Channel Television Sunrise Daily on Tuesday. The presidential spokesperson noted that President Buhari has performed well in the fight against corruption. According to Shehu, Buhari does not operate any account with funds looted from the government nor fear scandal or persecution after leaving office for such. He said the president is still what he is. He is still above board. As a spokesman, I go to bed, I sleep soundly, convinced that nobody, whether from Nigeria or outside the country, can call me to say we have discovered this bank account and your boss has these huge millions. That is not Buhari. He is well above scandal, and that is how it will end, he added. And to the next story. Daniel Bwala, spokesperson PDP Presidential Campaign Council, has claimed that President Muhammadu Buhari must redeem his electoral legacy by sacking the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakub. Bwala, who spoke on Arise TV on Tuesday, insisted that Nigerians have totally lost confidence in Yakubu. He said President Muhammadu Buhari has marred his electoral legacy. He has invalidated the signing of the Electoral Act because the whole essence of the Electoral Act was abused in this election. To redeem his electoral legacy, he must sack the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, especially against the possibility of a rerun of election. Nigerians have totally lost confidence in him and will require an unbiased umpire to prepare for his possibility. Going on to the next story, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president-elect, and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, who flew the flag of New Nigerian People's Party in the February 25th presidential election, met for 4 hours in Paris, France on Monday, the cable can report. At the center of the discussion, the cable understands, was the potential involvement of Kwankwaso in the incoming administration as Tinubu plans to form a government of national unity, which means giving certain positions to opposition parties. The meeting also discussed issues around the election of the legislative leaders ahead of the June 13 inauguration of the 10th National Assembly. The All Progressive Congress APC has zoned the two top positions in both chambers, but some of its members are kicking against the formula and threatening to go into alliance with the opposition to torpedo the arrangement. While APC has 59 senators and 175 members of the House of Representatives, and NPP has 2 and 19 respectively. A simple majority of 56 senators and 181 reps are needed to elect the top 2 leaders irrespective of the chambers. Tinubu's representatives have also been meeting with key figures in the People's Democratic Party, PDP, the cable length. The Paris meeting between Tinubu and Kwankwaso started at 12:30 p.m. and ended at 4:45 p.m. Insiders told the cable. Femi Gbadagbiamila, Speaker of the House of Representatives and presumptive Chief of Staff to the President-elect, attended the meeting, while Abdulmumin Jibril, an NNPP re-elect and former leader of a Tinubu campaign organization, accompanied Kwankwaso. Oluremi Tinubu, Senator and wife of President-elect, received Kwankwaso's wife, Salamatu. The cable learned that Tinubu and Kwankwaso reminisce on their leadership dating back to the National Assembly in 1992. Tinubu was a senator, while Kwankwaso was deputy speaker in the House of Reps. The cable understands that Kwankwaso, in principle, agreed to join Tinubu's government, subject to consultations with the stakeholders on both sides. Tinubu is expected to brief Kashim Shettima, the vice president-elect, APC Governors Forum, and other party leaders, while Kwankwaso will do some with his party leadership. The cable learned that Tinubu expressed concern over the strained relations between Abdullah Iganduje, outgoing governor of Kano State, and Kwankwaso, and promised to broker peace between them. Ganduje was deputy to Kwankwaso when he was governor of Kano from 2011 to 2015, but they have soon parted ways. Tinubu polled 8,797,726 votes to win the presidential election, beating PDP's Atiku Abubakar by a margin of 2 million. However, Kwankwaso polled 1.5 million, which many analysts believe were votes that could have gone to Atiku if the former Kano governor had not defected from the PDP. And to the next story. A former governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari, has insisted he is still in the race for the Senate president. Yari, who is now a senator-elect, stated these on Monday while addressing reporters on the sidelines of the induction ceremony of new and returning members of the National Assembly. The All Progressive Congress (APC) had nominated Gospel Akpabio and Jobre Barau as Senate President and Deputy Senate President, respectively. Yari, however, claims every lawmaker has the right to seek elective positions. I am a loyal party member. Nobody has told me that any position has been zoned to anywhere as far as the 10th National Assembly is concerned. Position of President of the Senate is forced among equals among the 109 senators. Any senator-elect who wants to occupy the position must seek the support of others, which I am doing, Yari said. We go from there to Imo State. The Nation report that the government said to be operating in Osu local government's area of Imo State have been given 2 weeks to vacate the area immediately. They were warned to vacate the area or have themselves to blame. A group, Oduma Osu Initiative (OI), gave the warning following several attacks by bandits operating in the area. Although the group did not disclose the method it would apply to dislodge the bandits, it vowed to declare total war on them in the LGA. Olu LGA has been under heavy attacks by gunmen for a couple of years, leading to loss of life and displacement of indigents. The bandits were said to have invaded the suburbs, including an area Awo Idemili, Eziawo Osu Iyetenise, Elugu or Kabia, Umuhu or Kabia, and some parts of the LGA, causing residents to flee their homes for the fear of the unknown. According to the group, hundreds of lives had been lost and properties worth millions destroyed. They lamented that the LGA was currently deserted. In a meeting in Owerri, the state capital, OOI resolved that the residents of the LGA will no longer be cowed and made to live in perpetual fear because of the activities of gunmen in their land. From Imo, we go to Plateau State. Gunmen have attacked 2 villages in Plateau State and killed no fewer than 20 persons. The killings, it was gathered, occurred on Monday night at around 9 p.m. The affected villages were Kubwat and Fongzei in the Mangu local government area of the state. A resident of Fongzei's community who witnessed the attack, John Yakubu, confirmed the attacks to the Punch in Jos on Tuesday. Yakubu said that in Fongzei community alone, the gunmen killed 15 persons, including the wife of his younger brother and her children, while a total of 29 corpses had been recovered. They also attacked Kubwat, a neighboring village. So far, we have recovered a total of 29 corpses, including women and children. We are in deep pain. We go to the foreign story. The popular 30-year-old first-time candidate fell ill, reportedly from an acute lung and abdominal infection, and died just 12 days before the poll. The story is coming. A dead woman has won an election in India. She won the election held almost 2 weeks after her death, as supporters kept their pledge to back her in a sign of respect, officials said. Ashia B polled at nearly 44% in the race for a municipal civic body seat in India's most populous state of Uttar Pradesh this month and was declared victoriously posthumously. The popular 30-year-old first-time candidate fell ill, reportedly from an acute lung and abdominal infection, and died just 12 days before the poll. Her husband informed election officials, but District Officer Bhagwan Sharan told AFP on Tuesday that there was no procedure in place to remove her name from the ballot. Before she passed away, B proved a major hit with voters, and many decided to cast their votes and ballot for her anyway in a sign of respect and admiration. Her husband, Muntazim Quresh, said B had won earth with her calm demeanor. Our votes are a tribute to her, the paper quoted another voter, Arif, as saying. From India, we come back to the sports story that ends the world news this hour from BGI TV Currents. Real Madrid are monitoring Victor Osimhen as a potential replacement for their talismanic forward, Karim Benzema. Benzema, 35, remains one of the best strikers around despite his age. The current European champions are, however, planning for the future and see Osimhen as a potential replacement for the Frenchman. According to the Spanish news outlet, Faith Child Jails, Real Madrid have not ruled out a future move for Osimhen. The Nigerian international has been linked with a potential move to several top European clubs this season, notably Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain, primarily due to his fantastic performance this season for his team, Napoli. The 24-year-old played a key role in Napoli clinching the Scudetto after over 3 decades, scoring 23 goals and providing 4 assists. That's sport news ends the world news this hour. Before we go, some major headlines. Over 13 trillion naira spent on subsidy payments in 16 years. FG. 2023 presidential election should be cancelled. Ahmed Lawan sworn in. LP party speaks. May 29, Buhari has no bank account stashed with corrupt money. Garba Shehu. Buhari must redeem his electoral legacy by sacking INEC boss, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. Kwankwaso holds 4-hour closed-door meeting with President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu in France. Finally, on sport, Madrid eye Osimhen as Benzema's replacement. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGI TV Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placement only. Thank you for watching. I am Mo Ribe Babila Lawan. Good evening.